Hello there, good morning, Adam.
Good morning. Look
Nice
at
to
you,
you.
all casual there with your little cup of coffee.
Yeah, well, you know, we're in the potting shed.
Getting the old vibes going there with your coffee boost, your caffeine boost.
Yeah, well, you know, we are quite casual here in the potting shed. But we have got some amazing deals today. For those of you that don't know us, my name's Shaun Ryan. As you can imagine, I do love gardening. I'm working with a great friend of mine, Adam, who also loves gardening. He's got more medals than me. He's actually got 4 gold awards at Chelsea. So, you know, but between us, I think it's pretty safe to say we're able to tell you some great facts about the plants on the show.
I think the fact is, Shaun, between us, we've got it covered.
I think so.
We've got it covered.
I'd be very worried if we didn't. But we have got some amazing offers as well, some ridiculous deals. And when you ever shop direct with YouGarden TV, you do get incredible deals. Now, just behind Adam's flowery shirt, you've probably noticed a little sign saying free P&P. Well, you might have to move that. Just move slightly, Adam. I don't know, you just made it worse. Oh, that'll do. Yeah, that's better. So everything on the live show has got free postage, but you do need to add our special offer code, which is YGTV 3225. That unlocks all the promotions, but it will give you free delivery on anything that's on the show. If you use it on the phones, you can use it on the website as well. Now, you will see 2 prices on the screen. They're both going to be really good, but one of them will be a discount club price. We're both members of the club, aren't we?
We are indeed. Yep, my new little envelope came the other day.
With your vouchers?
Vouchers,
yes.
Lots of good things in, yeah.
So if you're not a member of the club, you can join today. It's £10 for the year on auto renewal. That's how you get a 15% saving on all of the offers on today's show. So things like the heavy duty pots, you get 4 of those for an amazing price of $19.99, postage included, of course. But if you are a member of the club, the discount price is $16.99. And we've also got a beautiful rose of the week, haven't we? Now, the price on this, normally £30, you'll get it for £14.44 today. I do love that rose, don't you?
That is adorable, that rose.
Isn't it?
And considering it's the first week of August, and it looks like it's May. I mean, stunningly beautiful, this one, Shaun. Yeah,
in fact,
looking forward to that one.
Stu is in charge of all the technical, as you know. He just went out to see those on the nursery this morning. They look absolutely fantastic, don't they, Adam?
Oh, I think you've just read my mind there, Shaun. You putting aircon on?
Yeah.
I was just thinking that. I was just thinking we could do a bit of aircon in here. But, yeah.
Don't you worry. Do you hear that beep, Adam?
Yeah, that's a reassuring beep. Look at these. I mean, this is a stunner, this rose as well. And it's great because it only gets to about 80 centimetres tall, but it gets about 120 centimetres wide. So, and I love ground cover.
It's a great ground cover, yeah.
Really, really good ground cover. I've planted loads of ground cover roses over the years. And what I've noticed about ground cover roses, they flower like crazy all the way through summer, right into the autumn. Beautiful.
Right. So, yes, that is the rose of the week. But when I saw the prices come through early on in the week of the pair of oleanders, I mean, I couldn't believe it because these are standard oleanders and they're the rarest colour that we do, yellow, and we're literally clearing the last of the stock right now. And the club members you get for $37.39. That works out less than £19 each.
And
that's ridiculous, honestly.
And also they have the other attributes as well, that they're double flowered. And
I've forgotten the fact that
crazy fragrant. The fragrance on the yellow ones is awesome.
Now,
I've got one, so I know.
Annoyingly, Adam, these are not quite in flower, but they're covered in buds. But seriously, you're right. So the yellow, they're doubles, they're fragrant, and they're standards.
They are really stunning plants, these, Shaun. And they will start flowering. I mean, this is pretty typical of the stuff that's going to come out to you. We've got lots of gorgeous weather coming up in the next couple of weeks, lots of sunshine coming out through August. So put these in a bright, open, sunny spot. These flower buds, they'll pop open, and you'll get those gorgeous double yellow flowers. I mean, even when you go abroad, the yellow ones are unusual.
You hardly ever see them.
You don't see them. So the fact that you're going to get them in your garden. But yeah, really, really beautiful. And the flowers are almost a little bit more double than that.
They are.
You see, yeah, they are kind of more, like, if you like, decoupage kind of flowers, but beautiful, fragrant, evergreen as well. So
because we're into August, we are honestly clearing the last of the stock of these. The price, even for one of them, that price would be amazing. but you're going to get a pair. But these are the final oleanders on the nursery. That's what they look like, yeah. So that you can see they're doubles.
That's the ones.
So I know you had that little film you saw showed the colour, but yes, those are the flowers you get. They are super rare. They are doubles. They're yellow. They're fragrant. They're standards. And actually, let's just cover very quickly what a standard is.
Well, basically, these. I mean, there's this stem has been grown up, so. You've got a solid stem there. That stem will not get any taller. It'll get wider as time goes by, but it won't get taller. All the growth happens on the top, and that's where you decide what you want to do with these. You can let them get, double, triple the size of this if you want to, or you can clip and shape it. You can keep a more kind of topiary shape if you want. The choice is yours. But the great thing about standards in particular is if this was a normal shrubby oleander and you planted it in the ground, you'd need to allow for space around it for it to expand and grow. Whereas this, you can plant right up to the base.
Well, we've got some messages coming already. By the way, I have succumbed to wearing reading glasses. I have battled and battled, but I can read. So Neil said, good morning, Stuart, Shaun and Adam. Yeah, it's Stuart today. He's back from Disney. Marissa has just said yellow oleander. What a fantastic buy. Marissa, we're just clearing the stock, honestly. That's it. It's the last of the oleanders. Even at £40 each, they'd be amazing. But all of you club members, I mean, grab these right now. Seriously, I'm going to buy them. I haven't got the standard yellows.
I'm just thinking, Shaun, get one of your £5 vouchers out and you're down to £32.39.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, even better.
Which is insane.
Anne said they're lovely, but I have 8 oleanders. So I must rein it in. Not Anne, if you haven't got the standard yellow doubles, no need to rein in. Trust me. So who else we got? Werner's here. Also, we've got Angela who just joined us saying morning, everybody. But yes, do grab these while you can. That's why I'm wearing my yellow shirt today in celebration of the pair of oleander double yellow standards. I don't think I've ever, in all the years that I've worked for YouGarden, over 20 years, I mean, Adam, you're the same. You started at the beginning as well, didn't you?
I did. You was the very first person I did my very first show with on shopping telly.
I mean, you were rubbish, to be honest, Adam. But it got better. No, he was brilliant. As you can imagine, Adam was brilliant from day one.
I tried.
You were fantastic. I remember. But in all those years, I don't think we've ever seen anything like this. Now, if you want to shop ahead, you can do that because we've got some amazing deals today. We've actually got bulbs coming up as well. But all you need to do is go to the YouGarden website and then hit the Live Now button. And here is everything in the show that you could get with free postage. So the cordylines, and you won't pay, a lot of these prices on the screen, you won't pay. Hey, those strawberry baskets, that's for the pair.
That's mad.
For so we got a discount.
No P&P, £14.99 for two.
And they're in fruit and flower now.
That is insane.
Yeah, because they're ever bearers. Again, it is that time of year where you can really pick up a bargain. And I know if you're ordering on the website, you'll be paying postage. But remember, if you use the offer code today, YGTV 3225, boom, apply that code, and your postage disappears. And now that total order has got the biggest saving you can imagine. The total saving is £51 there, isn't it? Wow. So yes, that off code is very, very important. So please make sure that you use it today. So, I don't know how many people are going to be watching today. Hopefully we've got a big audience. But you know what? I'm not being funny. These will sell out in the next few days, I'm sure, because there's only a few at the nursery. Tell your friends and family about these. We always say with oleanders, just be careful. Do not eat any part of an oleander. So, if you've got children, pets, you will need to supervise them. But, I mean, you see them growing everywhere in the Met, don't you?
You see them grow more and more in the UK. I put a little video up the other day on TikTok of a garden in Sittingbourne down in Kent where they had a whole line of oleanders, pink and white and red, and they were...
But did they have yellow?
They didn't have yellow.
No,
but they were 6-7 foot tall, and obviously they've been there for a couple of 2 or 3 winters. I mean, they didn't get that tall in 1 year. All over the place now. I'm seeing oleanders getting through sort of British winters because we are getting those milder winters. All I would say to you is, obviously in a colder area, especially in their first year or so, if the weather is going to be really, really cold, do give these some protection. Don't let them sit out through a bitterly cold night of -6, -7. Just bring them in somewhere where they're going to avoid the worst of that frost. And it doesn't have to be permanent, just temporary till the temperatures go up again. And ideally in the garden, the sunniest, warmest, most sheltered spot possible. They adore being in pots and containers, by the way, as well.
Hey, Anne's borderline. Anne's only got 8, remember? She wants to rein it in, but she said, Shaun, stop tempting me. I know. They are very tempting, Anne, and everyone else. They're just an amazing buy. And oleanders do look great together. I always think, Anne, 10 looks great in terms of numbers for oleanders, don't you? 8 always feels wrong to me, but 10 oleanders. That sounds good, Anne, doesn't it?
Well, I don't want to push you, but I'm just... No, all I'm thinking
Poor
is...
Anne, she's like, leave me alone!
If you've already got all those other colours and you haven't got yellow, then, you've got to have the full set, haven't you?
You have. I mean, what would be nice in the chat, though, if you are buying these, let us know. Let us know who's placed an order. They are amazing. I mean, jokes apart, the amount of work that's going into growing these are years old. They are very rare. They are double flowered as well. They're not singles. I remember when I saw these early on in the season, I was really, really impressed. And I will let you know, we have sold these for a far higher price, but they are so beautiful. And I remember, because I'm assuming this is a stock that's been there since May, I would have thought.
It was, I think at one point, I'm not going to say exactly where, but it was destined to go somewhere else, I believe.
Yes, I think, yeah.
And then it kind of got kicked back. So
that's where we've got a little bit of stock left. But I do remember, and I can't promise this, although the flowers are double, some of them had a bit of like a peachy hue as well, and they were beautiful. So they are gorgeous. So if you want them, it's the last of the stock. We've only got a few. Grab them today, $37.39 for club members. So it works out less than £90 each. Oh, actually, Adam, should we just mention these strawberries?
We can. Look at those.
I think we should.
These are just incredible. I mean, these are the sweet summer ones as well. So these are the ever-bearer types, Shaun. So that basically means these are going to fruit for you for at least 3 to 4 months. So not a huge lot of fruit in 1 month and then game over. Constant supply of gorgeous strawberries. But look at these. I mean, again, I like to point out the time of the year we're at because we're almost into the second week of August. But look, I mean, flower buds, flowers, and even fruit on these as well. Down here, you can see little baby strawberries kind of developing.
And I have got a slight confession to make. So I thought I'd bought Everbearer strawberries, and when I actually looked at my order, I'd ordered the Cambridge favourites. So I loved my Cambridge favourites. They tasted delicious, but they'd finished fruiting months ago.
Yeah.
They literally fruited in June, that was it. I meant to buy these because, as Adam's just said, they fruit all summer long. So 3, maybe 4 months of fruit, which makes so much more sense. Again, we are clearing stock today. It's end of season. Well, I say it's end of season. No, these are going to keep fruiting, and they'll come back next year as well. And I'm right in saying there should be 5 plants in each of these.
Yeah.
So that's 10. So I'm not being funny, Adam. You would actually pay, with a lot of garden retailers, more than $14.44 for 10 runners. Well, wouldn't you?
Well, easily. Or in some places, you'd pay that just for the 2 baskets. Never mind kind of with things in them.
I know.
So it's phenomenal.
So this is, the $16.99 is for a pair.
And that is your ever-bearer type as well. These are no ordinary strawberries. These are the sweet summer type.
So... what's happened, but you will get it for $14.99. That's what we're hearing.
No P&P.
Yeah, that's it. That's this week's code. That is the price you will pay for 2 of those. And if you are a discount club member, you get another 15% off the $14.99. So that'd be another, you'd save another, £2.25, about $12.74. Yeah.
Then if you've got another £5 voucher, you can put that in as well.
I mean,
going more silly.
Seriously, the value on YGTV is amazing.
Great gift idea
yeah,
these as well.
I think great to get the kids involved as well, Adam.
I'm thinking, I always say, do you know somebody just moved into a new home? Do you want to get somebody a wedding gift? Do you know somebody who's, I don't know, just feeling a bit down lately? Could just do a little gift to perk them up, to lift their spirits a bit. Imagine getting a pair of these delivered. Put them up on your hanging baskets. Or there's that awful thing going on all around the country, that criminally, terribly awful thing of all those empty hooks, all those empty brackets everywhere. Don't leave them looking empty and sad. Stick a pair of these on there.
Just quickly, Anne, you know Anne with the 8 oleanders.
Oh, now 10?
Yeah, well, she says the oleanders aren't showing that price when in my basket. Yes, I'm in my basket. So Anne, we'll show you what we're doing. We'll empty the basket, because they should be that price, Anne. You've got to use the offer code. So, okay, so there's the oleanders. Add to basket. They've got great reviews, by the way, all 5-star reviews. So there they are in the basket, $43.99. So there you go, $59.98, but with the code, Anne. Now, Anne, I wonder whether, because I said there were 37, 39, but that is if you're a club member. So, and I'm sure you are, Anne. So with your club member discount, you'll get them for, say, less than £38. So, Anne, just let me know that everything's okay with your basket and your order. So get back to us. Right. By the way, as ever, we'd love to see your photos today, pictures. We have got, though, so many great offers. We're just going to quickly zap through some of them because we have got, I'll be honest, we had 3 hydrangeas to choose from today. We looked at all of them. We looked at the pricing. Every single member of our huge team, that's me, Adam and Stu, we all agreed, Craig's also part of the team, but he wasn't part of the vote because he wasn't here, we all agreed this was by far the best value. It's £11.04 for club members. If you're not a club member, £12.99. Normally, do you know what, me wearing these glasses is annoying because now I've just got them in the hand and I'm sort of like doing this with them all the time.
You can do that thing where people sometimes they put one end of the sort of handle in their mouth, don't they? Kind of sort of do that.
I'm not used to having glasses. Right, so without the code, £24.99 plus postage, which is not bad. But put the code in YGTV 3225, postage goes away, you're saving £22, £12.99, club members £11.04. And Adam, this is a stunning hydrangea. It
is as well, because this one
is amazing.
It doesn't get super tall. Also, it's one of those paniculata type hydrangeas as well, so it's dead easy to prune. So in the spring, if this is taller than you want it to be, you just trim it down to whatever height you want it to be. So just trim down above a leaf node. It'll reshoot, and those shoots will flower the same year. So dead easy for pruning on this. But what you've got are these fantastic conical flower heads. I can understand why they call it magical Himalaya, because you've got these beautiful, beautiful white flowers that change colour a little bit.
Yeah, so you get like greens, don't you?
You do, yeah. You get the whites, then it sort of goes down to that lovely kind of green colour. And sort of, it's just got a really, really unusual kind of flower shape to it, but it's a nice, spaced out shrub as well. It's got a good growing sort of habit to it.
And it only grows, as Adam said, it's quite compact. It grows about 80 centimetres height-wise.
That's about it. Yeah. A metre, perhaps, very, very maximum. So, again, if you're in a really small space, and I always say this, if you're just 3 floors up and just got a balcony, well, you can grow a hydrangea. You can grow it in a pot, you can grow it in a container, you can grow it in beds and borders. It will grow in sun, it will grow in part shade, it will grow in part sun. It's bone hardy, it will get through the winter. It's not bothered about the winter time. It's deciduous, the leaves turn a gorgeous yellowy colour in the autumn before they drop. And in fact, even on this one, I'm noticing little side shoots here of little tiny flower buds. So I would say even if you deadhead this now, you might even get little smaller flower heads pop through before the autumn arrives. But it's up to you. You can leave these on if you want to through the winter.
I think they look nice.
Yeah, they look quite good as a structural sort of dried flower, even when they've gone over. And then finally deadhead them sort of late winter next spring.
But, I love hydrangeas. I mean, they've become an incredibly popular plant. I think they look really good planted en masse as well. I mean, with some of your planting schemes, Adam, do you sometimes do whole borders of hydrangeas?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, especially like, well, these, for example, but also Incredibles and things like that, because they're just so stunning en masse when you plant a big row. In fact, we did one garden where we planted the Annabelle hydrangea. We underplanted with yellow hypericum, and then at the base we put the geranium roseanne.
Oh, lovely. So you got the white, yellow,
and you might think that wouldn't work, but it looked amazing.
Yeah, white, yellow and blue, I can imagine looks lovely.
Yeah, gorgeous.
So just grab that. Again, it's a ridiculous price.
That's a big old plant. Let's just whip it out of the pot, show you the root system on there, because as always, we have a fantastic root. You can't see it. Yes, you can. I didn't think you could see it. But yeah, beautiful root system on there as well. Look how nicely established that is. A little bit dry, this one, to be honest. this needs a water. But having said that, even though it's dry, it's not wilting. So this is one of these hydrangeas that will take a slightly drier spot once it's established. But yeah, tough, beautiful, stunning. Compact. Months of interest from the flowers on there as well. Easy to prune. Tick
to like about that one. So if you'd like to order, it's 511-615, and normally say £35 down to £12.99 today. £11.04 if you are a club member. Right, we've got quite a few new items as well, and we have got a great selection of bulbs, including our anemones. My mum loves anemones.
I like anemones.
They're cute, aren't they?
They are. These are the anemone decane, or decaena, depends how you say it. I've grown these for many, many years, and these are so easy to grow. You pop them in and you just leave them. They'll grow in a sunny spot. They'll grow in a partly shade spot. These are hardy, and what I've found with these is they're a funny old bulb because they flower randomly. I've found, I mean, they have a sort of spring summer flowering period.
But then you're right. Sometimes they repeat flower, don't they?
Yes, sporadically they just decide to throw up another flower shoot and keep flowering for you. They're in gorgeous colour ranges as well. You can see the deep reds, the purples, the whites. Lovely cut flower as well. If you want to cut some of these and take them indoors, come up year after year. I've grown them in pots, containers. I've put them kind of in semi-shaded areas underneath or around other trees and shrubs. And even the foliage is pretty on them as well. Really kind of lovely, fine, ferny
feathery,
foliage.
isn't it?
Yeah, feathery foliage on these.
And they don't go too tall, about what, 25 centimetres or so?
Yep, so about that kind of height.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
And you are going to get 75 of those for just £8.49 for club members, you know, for 75. And every one of those really should flower in springtime. And some of the bulbs that we've got at the moment, I'd say hold back on planting. But anemones, I've planted those like end of August before.
They can go in now. Just plant them kind of pointy side down. They're kind of a little flat top. Yeah, so the pointy side kind of wants to go down, you know, facing down into the ground. And what I do with those is I soak them overnight before I plant them.
Yes,
just to hydrate them and plump them up a bit, and it'll give them that head start. And if you plant them now, chances are you might even see a little bit of growth come through on those even before the winter kicks in. And an odd one might even flower this late in the year. They're not a bulb that flowers at a very specific time. They're not like daffodils where you can definitely say that'll be flower from March and that's it. These will randomly flower. In fact, even in winter time on an odd occasion I've seen one of these flowering and thinking like, what are you doing flowering now?
You're so right. My mum had loads of these in her last garden, and they would just pop out flowers at the most random times. 75 of those, fully winter hardy as well, 600-319, just £8.49 for club members. Right, now we saw the lovely strawberry baskets, 2 of those pre-planted for under £50, but, and a lot of you have been very interested in our pine bees. Now, maybe you saw these earlier on in the season, but they're a little bit out of your price range. We've got 3 pine bees. This is the white strawberry, in 9 centuries pots, really well established. Pack of 3, clearing stock today. £7.62 for club members. £8.97. That is a delivered price for 3. Yeah,
that is bonkers. And these have got really huge runners on these ones. Actually, I don't know if Stu can scan down and show you, but the runners go all the way down the front, almost onto the floor, I believe.
Now, that is worth mentioning, actually. So the pineberry is a gorgeous white strawberry that has the taste of a strawberry mixed with a bit of kind of tropical, a bit pineapple-like. But if you've got runners like this, you can actually create some free plants from those.
You can. All you do is just like pin them down to the ground. I mean, what you can do is sink a little 9 centimetre pot or a little jiffy pot in the ground. Just pin that little baby plant down onto the compost. It'll root, and then you can sever it away from the parent plant, and you've got another plant. Yeah. But these are lovely. And these you can grow in exactly the same place as your regular strawberries. So grow them side by side, open, sunny, well-drained position, nice rich soil. And just imagine a bowl of these. I mean, if you've bought the hanging baskets with the sweet summer, and you buy these as well. You have friends round for dinner, round for lunch, and you give them a bowl of these, Shaun, kind of mixed.
That'd look amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, excellent.
And again, you're going to get crops for many, many years on those.
I can't get my head round. Just look at this price. I can't.
It's really good.
I'm not normally the big salesman. I don't do that. But like, 3 for £7.62. And dare I say, I mean, if you put a £5 voucher in again, I mean, that would be just.
And with these vouchers we're talking about, you get those when you become a club member. So if you're not a club member, then join right now and say, we'll give you 15% discount on all the plants, but you'll also get some vouchers. We'll tell you more about the club later on. But yeah, we've got such a fantastic lineup today. So there you go, in those go. Now you see it's showing postage at the moment. Put our offer code in, and like a little bit of magic, that P&P totally delivers, and you save another £1 as well. So yeah, just by putting the voucher, our say discount code in, that's what you will save. And club members, you save even more.
I think today, Shaun, could be a really fantastic day for anybody who's thinking about developing a fruit garden or turning part of their lot into a fruit garden. Because today, we've got those, we've got the pine berries, we've got the strawberries, we've got a fantastic apple tree coming up as well, and also we've got some citrus. So if you kind of, if you want to create a little fruit garden for crazy prices, I think today's the day to do it. If you're up for that, if you want to do that. Yeah, awesome.
So I'm just giggling. I had a quick look at the chat, and Ruth said, I can't believe I've been watching an old episode on YouTube. What an idiot. I've now missed 50 minutes of today's show. You haven't missed 50 minutes because we didn't start till 10, you'll be pleased to know. So you've only missed a bit. I mean, you've missed some really good stuff. I mean, Adam and I have been brilliant. No, but you can always say catch up a little bit later and see the beginning bit.
It's weird because the other night, John and I, we watched Beach Grove because we'd missed it for a while, and I did that thing where about 40 minutes in or whatever, I was like, I've seen this one already. I just remembered. It's like, oh, never mind.
And by the way, Anne has sorted out the problem. She was trying to buy the yellow oleanders, and she had last week's code in, so that's why it wasn't working. So yes, the code you need to use today is on the screen right now, YGTV 3225. Has she placed an order? That's what I want to know. But yeah, that's great. Anyway, and I hope you have, because they are amazing. And 10 oleanders is going to look so much better than 8. Right. No, but that colour is incredible. I'm jokes apart, they're beautiful. I'm going to be ordering those because I haven't got those. Right. Actually, I might get a pair of those for my mum, because oleanders do really well at the back of her garden. She's got white ones at the moment, but she's only got the bush ones. Anyway,
they can replace those salvias.
Say again?
They can replace the salvias.
So it's
another story.
I'll share it with you. So, for some reason, my mum hacked her salvias down the other day, thinking they were too big, but they're all in flower, and they will come back. But it was such a shame because they weren't too big. Anyway, we've got salvias for you now. Please don't hack them back. These are the amethyst lips, and you're going to get 3 of them in 9cm pots. Do you know, Adam, I have absolutely fallen in love with salvias over the past few years.
I know, because I've seen pictures of them in your garden.
I love them. I really do. And I mean, Adam's, he gardens commercially. Salvias are one of the easiest plants to look after, aren't they?
Well, it's weird because this year, it's a bit of an old-fashioned phrase, but this year in the garden, this summer has really kind of sorted out the men from the boys.
Yeah, no, it has.
When it comes to plants, because there's, especially where I live in Norfolk, because we've got very sandy soil, and boy, oh boy, it's been so dry this year that the soil is almost no moisture at all. But you know what? The amount of gardens I've walked into recently, and there's been a dozen or so standout plants that are coping with the drought, and this is one of them. The lips collection, I've got customers who never water their garden. Their lawns have been as brown as biscuits. I mean, not a single green blade of grass.
Like a digested biscuit. Yes.
But the hot lips, or the lips, have been just flowering like crazy, just not bothered.
Do you know what I was going to say though? Last year we had a wet summer, and the salvias did great then as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they are. They are tough. They're very, very hardy as well. They get through a British winter. The only position they hate is really heavy, wet soil.
Yes.
But other than that, and they're quite weird, because if you leave them, well, you've probably noticed this, Shaun. If you leave them year on year, they can almost grow into almost like a small shrub kind of size. Can't they? Almost become like a sub-shrub.
Yeah.
Or if you want to, alternatively, you can cut them down late winter to whatever height you want, and they reshoot and they will flower on their new wood very, very quickly. And also, if you squidge the foliage or brush past
it's a lovely scent, isn't it?
Beautiful, beautiful, fragrant foliage on these as well.
They are, for me, they're one of my brand new favourites. It's only the last few years I've been growing salvias. Absolutely love them. This colour is divine. Purple apparently is really on trend in the garden at the moment. Did you know that?
I didn't, but I don't follow trends myself. I don't do the trends thing. But
to be honest, I don't. But My garden has got a lot of purple in it this year, just by chance, and I love it. I think purple is such a lovely colour, particularly with white, and you get both on the amethyst lips.
These are nice with the double colour, aren't they?
Yeah.
Lovely having a little bit of white there as well. But as I say, this if if you've looked around your garden, or if you're looking around your garden recently after this incredible dry period that we've had from pretty much February, hasn't it, for a lot of us? We've just had constant dry weather, and even the rain in fact, Shaun and I this morning, first thing we kind of said to each other was, we were both out putting the sprinklers on and watering kind of the first thing this morning, because even though we've had rain, it's only been very sporadic and showering. It's not really got down and soaked the soil properly. So, if that's your situation, and you want a plant that's going to come back year after year, fragrant foliage, gorgeous colours, easy to grow, hardy, loved by the pollinating insects, go for these. And also we're going to move on to a plant next to it, and go for that as well, and plant them in the same space, because those two would love to be friends in your garden.
So very easy to grow, as Adam said. Sun, part, shade. They'll make it through pretty much all winters, won't they? Generally speaking. Yeah. But if you want them, grab them now. And they will grow to about, I think that might have got to about 1 metre in terms of height.
If you leave them, you can leave them, and they will become kind of like a bushy shrub, and you can even just trim them round with a pair of shears and almost shape them, and they keep flowering. But that's not for you. Trim them down late winter, mid-spring to the height you want. Shoot back and all good. Right,
we better move on then, because we have got a cracking deal on a Ceanothus. You may have seen the one on the pyramid earlier on the year. This one is on a trellis. Now, we're just going to be totally honest with this one. So it is the pyramid, apologies. We've massively reduced the price on these. It's $12.74 for club members. The bottom of some of these are a little bit bare, and only because they've been quite closely packed together at the nursery, but that is not a problem. They are really strong plants. There's loads of healthy growth on the top of these, but say when it arrives, if the bottom's a bit bare, please don't panic, because this is going to fill out in no time. And most importantly, it's got a fantastic root system as well. But they are very, very well established, mature plants, and we are again clearing the stock of these for $12.74 for club members. Now, Adam, I always think of Ceanothus flowering in the springtime, but this year my mum says it's got like reflowered.
Yeah, and that is not unusual. Ceanothus will sporadically flower throughout other times of the year, especially when we get a hot year.
I was going to say, because it's been hot.
Yeah, so
because my mum's has got substantial flowers on it again.
That is
quite unusual. Yeah, I know.
Quite often in spring, well, as you can see in the picture there, I mean, the foliage will just disappear under the abundance of flower. I mean, literally a cloud of blue, and then you get sporadic flowering throughout summer, even into early autumn.
But I wonder whether it's been because it's been hot. I mean, don't get right, it's not as covered as it was in spring, but there's still a lot of flowers in it right now, which is
these plants
amazing.
originate from California. That's the part of the world they come from. So they're used to kind of, the blue skies. They're used to the heat. They're used to the drought. And this year, our climate has been as akin to their native climate as it could possibly be. So that's why they're really luxuriating and doing well. And when you get yours home, all you need to do, those little wiry bits at the base that have gone brown, just clip those off, just tidy up the base. But already there, you've got a plant that is growing really, really well, branching out nicely, super evergreen foliage. And this one, the Thriciflorus repens, Ceanothus, is one of the hardiest ones you can grow in the UK. It will go down to -10 quite easily. What it loves, though, if you can give it full sun, sheltered position, that's where it will really, really thrive. And if you've got the salvias and you want kind of a nice sort of combo to grow in very similar conditions, well, the salvias and the Ceanothus would just absolutely love growing in a very similar spot.
And evergreen, of course, as well. So you've got that lovely glossy foliage all year round. Another amazing deal on YGTV this morning, and you can grab that for just £12.74. Right. So, if it's who was it that missed the beginning of the show? Who was it again? Was it Ruth? It was Ruth, wasn't it? Yes, it was Ruth. So, Ruth, the bit you missed was this. So, what we have got, Ruth and everybody else this morning, we are clearing the very last stock of our double yellow standards. And I will be honest, the stock was supposed to go to somewhere else and didn't happen. We've been left with a little pocket of stock, and we are clearing it this morning. Now, very important, club members, for $37.39, you're going to get a pair of oleanders that have been grown as standards, that lovely tall stem, the big lollipop shape, but these are yellow, which is the rarest colour oleander that we do. and they are double flowers as well. So
and fragrant.
And fragrant.
Really, really, really fragrant as well. And really sweet fragrance on these.
Adam, if I saw one of these in a garden centre for £50, it wouldn't surprise me.
Me neither, no.
You know?
And there's a garden centre near me that would kind of charge you those kind of prices as well. So the one beginning with F, not the one beginning with D. I always have to point that out. These are absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning, stunning, stunning. By the way, if you just notice some of the white blotching on the leaves, don't worry about that. That's just lime from where we water in a very hard water area.
Yeah.
So that will wash off really, really easy. The foliage on these is pristine, it's green, it's gorgeous, it's lush. They're covered in flower buds, and they will flower for you again before the autumn.
Yeah, and don't think, because some of our standards have flowered now and they won't flower again. These are all in bud. They are going to flower right the way through. Sometimes even I've known oleanders flower end of October, even into November. Obviously, you get less flowers as we head towards winter, but they are evergreen. They're hardy till we say about -5. They are absolutely stunning, and the value today is amazing. I know orders have already gone through for these. We don't have many. And I just think what a lovely addition to a garden if you're trying to create that Mediterranean look.
Yeah, I think if you're going to grow an oleander, I mean, when we go on holiday and you go through, you take your suitcase off the carousel, you come out through those doors, the coach or the taxi's waiting. Normally, the first thing you see when you go out is oleanders and bougainvilleas, but more often than not, you see the pink ones, don't you? Or the reddish ones. Yeah. Occasionally you see the white ones. They're not so common, but very, very seldom do you see the beautiful double yellow, super fragrant ones.
There's a resort I go to in Spain called Sitges, and there's loads of oleanders there, and I always take pictures, but I've never seen a yellow one, you're right.
They're unusual.
And there's some huge ones there, but not yellow.
So if you're going to go for it, if you've never had oleanders before, well, why not go right to the top of the class and get yourselves the very high end, if you like, unusual, different ones. The price is insane. It's absolutely phenomenal, really. I mean, these, say, if I saw one of these in the garden centre near me, the one I mentioned at the beginning of F, 30 quid, 35 quid for one, easily, any day of the week. So two for that price is crazy.
Mauricia's just said, just bought the yellow oleander, looking forward to it coming. Mauricia, I know we keep banging on about this, but the value is absolutely outstanding. And I know when I first saw these, because these are actually grown in Sicily by a family company who we've worked with for many, many decades, I was blown away by the beauty of this particular oleander, the yellow, because they are double flowers, and I'd never seen a yellow double. And some of them, and I can't guarantee it, but some may have a little sort of peachy hue as well. I remember seeing that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, these are show-stopping Mediterranean plants that are a fraction of the price that you should be paying. Even our recommended retail price, £40 each, that is actually really good. But yes, club members $37.39, postage included.
And the secret in the garden to keep them happy, the sunniest, most sheltered spot. That's what they love. Sunny, warm, sheltered. That's where they'll thrive.
I think they're going to go. You know, we're already getting orders going through. And also, the other cracking deal in this part of the potting shed has got to be our pre-planted strawberry baskets. Now, if you're thinking, Shaun, Adam, you two old fools. You two old fools. Too late for strawberries. What are those two old fools doing, talking about strawberries? Wimbledon's been and gone. Those two old men don't know what they're talking about anymore. These are ever-bearer strawberries. So they actually fruit starting in June, but July, August, even into September. Yeah. And they've still got strawberries on them.
Well, strawberries there, flower buds coming.
Yeah.
So they're not going to produce fruit for. Well, these are just buds. So that's basically these are your strawberries for late August.
I mean, how amazing is that?
Already. You know, these are your strawberries for probably about mid-August, developing there already. So you've got all those different stages of growth. You've got flowers. You've got buds that are not even open yet. Then you've got flowers that are just open that are producing strawberries. Then you've got baby strawberries, and then drop down to the bottom one. You're getting strawberries. You know, a third of the way towards their full size. So you've got that ongoing, constant supply there of strawberries.
Amazing.
And
you're getting 10 plants. It's 5.
Yeah, because these are ever bearers as well. So they will keep producing over a long period of time. But even then, they won't kind of produce strawberries in batches and then no strawberries for a week or two, then some more strawberries. They keep producing them all the time. So you'll have that kind of staging where you'll have flowers, you'll have buds, you'll have fruit. So it's like a constant supply over a long period.
Now, I know it says $16.99 on the screen, but when you put it in your basket, use that offer code, you will get these for $14.99. That's what you get them for, apparently, which is absolutely amazing. So yeah, you'll get an extra £2 off just by popping them in your basket today. But so you've got to use that offer code today, YGTV 3225. So yeah, we've got a fantastic show. Don't forget, if you want to be part of the show, you can message us, YGTV at YouGarden.com. You can go on the live chat on YouTube and Facebook, and please send us some pictures as well. Ruth didn't stay long. She's gone, yeah, Ruth's gone, but she's going to come back and watch it later. Right, let's remind you of some of the brilliant deals that we've seen today on our live show. And say, you can always watch us, you can always catch it up later on Facebook and YouTube. Say all of the previous shows are available to watch. Sorry, on YouTube and our website, I should say. Right, so this is our hydrangea. I'm going to call it the hydrangea of the month because it is a magical Himalayan. It's quite a compact hydrangea. Grows about 80 centimetres to metre max, but it's really well established in a 3-litre pot. And you've got these lovely paniculata-shaped flowers, these big conicals, beautiful creams and whites, a little bit of green in there as well. Fully winter hardy and flowers all summer long. And that one is down from nearly £35 to £12.99. £11.04 for club members. Now we've got lots of new bulbs on the show today as well, including our anemones. These are beautiful, the Deccan mix, 75 bulbs. These tend to flower springtime, but as Adam was saying, they can randomly flower at other times of the year as well. They're quite low to the ground, so about 25 centimetres, so they've got lovely kind of fern-like foliage. They are an absolute joy. You've got some amazing colours in there as well. What value? 75 for just £9.99, £8.49 for club members. And then a brilliant fruit. If you love strawberries, this is a twist on the strawberry. It's a white strawberry known as a pineberry. Some of these have got runners on, so basically that means you're getting some extra free plants as well. Now they taste like a cross between a strawberry and a pineapple. They've got a bit of a tropical taste to them. One of the benefits of them being white and a lot paler than a traditional strawberry is that the birds tend not to eat them because they think that the fruits are not ripe. So they tend to be protected from those birds that can sometimes peck away at your delicious strawberries. 320-015, you get 3 of those in 9 centimetre pots. And then, yeah, loads of interest on the salvias. I'm not surprised. This is a stunning variety known as amethyst lips. Now, salvia's such an easy plant to grow. They flower for months and months and months. They just love full sun. You don't need to deadhead. They put up with the hot, dry summers, but they put up with wet summers. I mean, the only thing we say is don't put them in a really heavy clay soil and don't get them waterlogged, but they are very, very adaptable plants. Got a lovely fragrance as well. And yeah, just give you months and months of fantastic colour. 560, 621, and they're down to 12.72 for club members, 14.97 if you're not. Right, still to come up on the show, we've got a lovely Hebe collection. 3 different varieties, including Rainbow, Celebration, and Archie. That's, let me get this right. That one is Celebration. Yeah, that's Celebration. The first one was Rainbow, and this one is Archie. Even Adam's good. Is that right? Yes, it is. So that's definitely Archie. So the most colourful is the Rainbow, and you've also got Celebration, of course, as well. They're gorgeous. So lovely foliage, but you do get the flowers as well. So they are coming up a little bit later on. And also, now, a lot of agapanthus have now gone over and have finished flowering, but this one is popping purple, and this one flowers for 4 months of the year, so it can flower almost twice as long as other varieties of agapanthus. So to me that is so much better. You know, agapanthus flying for longer, up to 4 months of the year, has got to be a winner. They're in flower right now. You get 3 of those for £24.97, £5.60, £9.63. But if you want to shop ahead, then all you need to do is go to the YouGarden website, click on Live Now, and look at this. you have got absolutely fantastic offers. You really, really have. I mean, those oleanders are just incredible, but we've got callistemons coming up. We've got a little bit of exotic coming up. We've got some grow your own. We have got geranium roseanne, which is planted centenary, so a huge selection. And we've got spring flowering bulbs as well, things like your crocus as well. So it's a real combination of kind of like end of season, some clearance items, but also planning ahead for your gardens in 2026. But I know we've mentioned the club price a lot, because that's the regular price, that is the club price. And maybe you're new to YouGarden TV and thinking, how do I join? Well, here is a little clip of film to tell you everything that you need to know. If you love your garden as much as we love ours, then why not join the YouGarden Discount Club?
The club has been running for many years, and it's where thousands of our customers enjoy a whole host of benefits to ensure that they get the most out of their gardens for less.
Now is a great time to join the YouGarden Discount Club, as the benefits have just got even better. So what do you get when you join the club?
Firstly, our members will get bigger discount rates all year round. So you'll now receive 15% off our range of plants and accessories, and that's on top of any other discounts you might have.
For those bigger investments, such as garden furniture or lawnmowers, for example, you now get 7.5% discount on all of our outdoor living and machinery range.
In addition to the ongoing discounts, you'll also get more voucher value when you join or renew your club membership. We will send you 4 £5 product vouchers, which you can redeem throughout the year against the cost of your orders.
And as a new added benefit, you will now receive 2 free P&P vouchers, which can be redeemed against the cost of your shipping.
Club members get priority access to exclusive offers and brand new products at our best prices.
We'll keep you up to date with fantastic advice and top tips from our grown experts and professional gardeners to make sure that you get the most from your new purchases and existing plants. The best way to join the club is with our auto-renewal subscription. You'll pay £10 per year, then at the end of the year, we will automatically renew your membership to ensure you retain all of your benefits. Plus, the price you pay when you join will never go up for as long as you remain a member. And that's a guarantee.
And remember, when you join the club, you will start saving from the very first order you make, as the discounts will be applied immediately. So with all that the YouGarden Discount Club has to offer, why not join us and start saving today?
We'd love to help you make the most of your garden for less with the YouGarden Discount Club. It's such a great club with so many amazing benefits. Right, but the show continues. Good morning, by the way, if you just joined us. My name's Shaun Ryan, known as Shaun Ryan, presenter and plant man. This is lovely Adam Wilcott, multi-award winning gardener. And we want to introduce you to a very dashing chap right now, a chap that outshines both Adam and I, even in that shirt. And it is the one and only Charlie Boy down here.
Look at this.
You see, he outshines you, Adam.
Isn't that beautiful? In fact, I'll tell you what, hold it in front of your shirt.
You know, you read my mind.
That's better. There you go. Look at that. Better contrast there.
Yeah.
Isn't that lovely? Stunning, this plant. I've got this one. I normally do it with Bex. I got this one. We do that thing. I got this one. I have got this one. I've got one of these in my garden.
I know you have.
I adore it. It's beautiful. The colours in the leaves are phenomenal. You've got those pinks, you've got those reds, you've got those really, really dark sort of plum colours. You've got a plant here for a really good windy situation. These will take any amount of wind. They're a great coastal plant. They don't mind sea spray. They're silly drought tolerant once they're established. And they just make a great feature plant, whether it's in beds or borders, whether it's in pots or containers. And they form a little trunk eventually and almost create like a little miniature palm tree kind of effect. And in time, many years, they can get quite a tall trunk and they flower and they can become multi-branch. When I was in Scotland recently, I saw some with trunks that wide.
Now that surprised me. In Scotland?
Yeah, in Scotland.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing. But
I always think, I mean, I love cordylines, but I think Charlie Boy is one of the most striking and beautiful cordylines. And, you know, what I've got a whole section of foliage in my garden, and when you've got pinks in there, they just pop, don't they?
They do. And these are very tactile plants as well, these, Shaun. And just
they look spiky, but they're not at all.
No, really, really nice soft foliage on these. And they look good all the year through. These are hardy down to about -5 as well. And again, grow these in a nice, warm, sunny position. That's where they really thrive. But say if you are in those coastal areas, I mean, I'll show you. I'll pick this plant up, and if you get the leaves, and if I kind of do that, like that really windy day, like florists, and like you let go. Look, no leaves bent, no leaves snapped. Look, looks as right as rain. So
it's so true.
Really good plants these. And also you can, if you plant these in a pot, you can keep this as your permanent evergreen feature in the middle, and then you can just change the seasonal bedding around the base.
Yeah, that's what I do with a lot of my cordylands. Or they can look great just by themselves, some like white gravel or something like that as well. So that's Charlie Boy down to just £10.19 for club members, £11.99 if you're not. And then we have also got the Torbay Dazzler, which just as beautiful. In fact, you might want to go for both of these today. Same price, £10.19 for club members. And I always think with the Torbay Dazzler, you've got these lovely greens and creams, but actually there is a little bit of a pink margin.
Especially in the newer foliage at the base.
At the base, can you just see little hues of pink as well? I mean, those two cordylands are absolutely beautiful. And I know Bex was out on the nursery just recently, I think just the other day actually, checking these out. So you're thinking, will man look as good as that? Yes, it will.
Just look at the size of these cordylines. This is Torbay Dazzler. These have reached such a big size on our nursery that what we should be doing is potting them into larger pots, growing them on and bringing them to you at a higher price next year. But we're not doing that. We've gone the other way. We're bringing you an amazing deal here where you can get one of them at a special price. Now, Torbay Dazzler is one of the most spectacular of all the cordylines. It's got these beautiful variegated leaves in here with creams, with greens and even some pinks in there as well. They're really easy to look after. They can get nice and tall, 2.5, 3 metres. That's what these can reach. The lower leaves fade, you remove those and it forms this gorgeous trunk, which means you can then underplant it as well. They can go in pots, they can go in the ground, and the best thing is they look this good every single day of the year.
They do look fantastic, don't they? They really do. Right, Adam and I, we were just chatting.
Waxing lyrical about this one.
Yeah, we both are going to order this rose. Now, it is our rose of the week. And it is only $14.44. And we actually, well, Stu nipped off early today and just filmed this just to make sure that's what they look like. Because I always, whenever I see a really nice sample of a plant, I always check with Craig who picks our samples. I'll say, do they all look as good as this? Yes, these are all in flower right now. But this is, not only is it a striking rose in terms of the colour of the flowers and the divine foliage contrasting against it, but this is actually a ground cover rose, hence the name Carpet Pink.
It is. This rose will get a lot wider than it will taller. I mean, height-wise, about 80 centimetres, width-wise, about 1.2 metres.
Now, I know for us humans, you know, we often get wider and shorter as we get older, don't we? We shrink a bit.
It's happening.
We feel like, yeah, same here, you know. I used to do the skinniest little thing. I
keep
really
my
do.
back straight.
But actually, for a rose to have that habitat could be really useful. So say if you've got maybe, I mean, imagine this, my mum's got raised beds, and I'm just thinking, this covering the raised beds would look absolutely sensational. But just great at suppressing those weeds. And this is going to flower all summer long.
Yeah, they flower for a long, long time. 4 or 5 months is not unusual. I mean, even now, we're coming up the second week of August, but there's loads of flower buds coming and loads of new shoots developing. All these gorgeous shoots will produce flowers in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Look, I mean,
that is impressive, isn't it?
I said to Shaun just now, it looks like we've sprayed that with leaf shine, but we haven't. That is the natural lustre and sheen of the foliage on this plant. It's a knockout one, this one.
I kind of feel it's been a hidden gem on the nursery because neither of us really knew this rose, did we?
Well, sometimes with our roses, we do Chelsea chop them a couple of 2 or 3 times a year. So, you know, this has had a little prune earlier in the summer. It's come back. It's looking absolutely glorious. Good place to put these as well. I remember one customer I went to, they had a very steep bank at the side of their garden. We put loads of ground cover roses on there and they look fantastic because you don't really need to prune them very much. No. You don't need to fuss with them. You can kind of pretty much leave them to do their own thing.
Yeah, you could actually fill a whole border with these, couldn't you?
Oh, easily, definitely.
I mean, I could imagine these being used in a commercial display as well. You imagine, you know.
Do you know, you could even, Shaun, with these, if you wanted to, you could even use these as a kind of a low and informal kind of hedge.
Yes,
if you wanted to, which would look really, really nice.
I was just thinking, like, these look great on a roundabout or something commercially, and apparently she said, "Oh, we've seen a picture of that." So yeah. but great for your gardens, great, say, for ground cover, flowering en masse for many, many years, and what a fantastic price that is at $14.49. Fragrance-wise, it is a delicate fragrance.
Yeah, I mean,
it's there, but
it's there, but yeah.
It's not overpowering. I'm not even, not everyone likes really heavy fragrances.
What I'm liking is that quite a few of the roses we bought you as a kind of rose of the week, for example, have had small flowers but double, and I'm really liking that actually. I mean, I love all roses, but there's something really extra thrilling and kind of beautiful, petalicious, as Stu's just said, about these roses that have small flowers but they're perfectly formed. And when you see the little buds come out, they're so gorgeous when you see these little miniature rose buds just starting to pop open. And this one, I mean, this is covered in buds. There's a nice great big bud at the top here, just ready to come through. There's some little buds kind of, I don't know if Stu can pick them ones up, but there's some little buds at the side here just coming out. Look how cute that is. How sweet is that little flower bud?
I know,
so
absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, so I mean, not meant to have favourites, but this kind of, well, the thing is, there's so many roses out there, isn't there? I mean, it's almost impossible to kind of make a final choice. But if you want a ground cover rose that is really hardy, really tough. And also, another thing to point out about this one, it can be semi-evergreen. So in a mild winter, it won't necessarily lose all its leaves. So you might even still get a little bit of foliage.
By the way, I have had a few pictures sent in, but I'm going to save them because one of them is...
Is that hibiscus?
Yeah, we've actually, so Ruth, thank you, I will show this in a second.
That is mind-blowing.
But we've got a white hibiscus coming up, so Ruth sent in a picture to give you an idea of what it will actually grow into. Now, I think one of the most useful plants to grow in your garden to stop the weeds has got to be hardy ferns. I use them a lot to underplant other shrubs and bushes and things, because I always think if you've got any brown soil in your garden, then weeds are going to appear there. But ferns are brilliant, aren't they?
Ferns are good.
Filling those gaps.
And this collection is slightly different because not only they're hardy, but they're also evergreen. So all the year through, you're going to get those fronds. You're going to get that lovely, lovely foliage effect. It will be 3 named varieties in your collection. We can't always be specific about which 3 they'll be, because depending on the season, 1 or 2 might get substituted. But in any case, you will get 3.
And they'll all be different, we should say.
Yeah, you will always get 3 really lovely contrasting ferns, without any doubt.
And as Adam said, they will all be evergreen. I've got a mixture of ferns, and some of mine do die back to nothing in the winter, but these are fully winter hardy and evergreen. And Adam, I always think with ferns, not only do they say they suppress weeds, they fill in the gaps even in the darkest, dingiest of places, but they are incredibly disease resistant as well.
Yeah,
aren't they?
No,
I've never ever had a problem with a fern. Have you?
No, never. Not at all. It's like Stu just said. Yeah, they are some of the oldest plants on the planet. I mean, mosses and liverworts and things came first, then the ferns arrived. So I think over millions and millions of years, they've just got used to tackling everything.
The fact that they have survived for so many millions of years, it says a lot. So they are,
And also, what I'm going to say, another thing I'm going to say is, if you've got one of those damp, cool, kind of shady areas, and you've tried things like hostas, and perhaps the slugs and snails have kind of eaten them to death, if you want something that the slugs and snails are not going to touch, because again, in my garden, I see slugs and snails crawl over them, but they don't eat them. Because the foliage is quite coarse on ferns, and slugs and snails just don't enjoy it. It's not juicy enough for them, so they tend to leave them be.
So it is, I mean, I love hostas, but you're right, they are an absolute target for slugs and snails, but not ferns. So it's a lovely collection. I think ferns are really useful. So they're going to come back not even come back every year. They're going to be there every single year because they're fully evergreen and fully winter hardy as well.
All you need to do at the end of the winter is, if some of the outer leaves look a little bit winter beaten at the end of the season, just cut the outer leaves off, and then the beautiful new leaves, or croziers as they're called, will come up through the middle. Or after a mild winter, you don't even need to do that. No. So the fern kind of gradually gets bigger and bushier as the years go by.
But they're beautiful plants, and only $15.27. Right, the gerbers, I know a lot of you have already ordered these, but we have still got the collection available, and these are the hardy gerbers. Please don't think that these are like your house plants that are not going to survive a winter in the UK. These are hardy to -7, -8, really winter hardy. And most of these are in flower right now, but as these mature, I mean, you can get dozens of flowers in a season.
Well, I know this because this year...
Have you got...
my first year I started. This is my first year I've started growing gerberas. So I've got about 15 different gerberas in my garden. I've got pinks, I've got reds, I've got oranges, I've got yellows. And they are stunning. And what I notice is when I first planted them, the foliage kind of hugs the ground, almost a bit like dandelion leaves. It kind of makes that little rosette of leaves. And then all of a sudden, you look in the middle and you see these little buds.
Yeah.
But they're kind of weird because they come up on like sort of like shepherd's crook kind of stems. The bud is actually up and facing down towards the ground.
And then they kind of uncurl.
That's it,
don't
they do. They uncurl, and then these daisy-like flowers pop out. And once they start flowering, they don't stop. They just keep going. So, I mean, mine have been flowering for a good 5-6 weeks already. Lovely upright stems. I'm tempted to cut some and take them indoors because they make great cut flowers. Last quite a long time. Lovely foliage, really sort of big, funky kind of nicely sort of cut foliage on those as well. But those classic, beautiful daisy flowers, and I've noticed the bees, the lacewings, all the pollinating insects adore them as well. I mean, look at all the pollen and nectar in the middle of those beautiful flowers.
I always think with gerberas though, they're such like bright, cheery, happy flowers.
Oh, they are.
You know, they brighten up any garden. These are easy to grow. Just make sure, say, you've got full sun. Did you say about having well-drained soil?
Yeah, well-drained soil. And what I particularly like about them, Shaun, is the flowers, they don't come up and they're not like sunflowers where the flowers look sideways. They actually
they're like that, aren't they?
Yeah, so you're literally looking straight down onto these fully open flowers.
They're really kind of proud, if you know what I mean. They're just like, look, here I am looking up at the sun.
They won't be ignored.
They won't.
Definitely not.
They give you fantastic colour all summer long for many, many years to come. 561-198, and they are just $11.99. And you will, by the way, you will get a pink, a red, and a bi-colour yellow in that as well. So,
look at that.
Yeah, that's what they're like.
And that's what they do.
I would say they look very well behaved. Do you know what I mean? Like all pointing in the right direction.
And that's what mine are doing. So I've been so because I've been meaning to grow them for years, and finally this year I got some, put them in, and they're looking amazing. Yeah.
Right, we're going to quickly move on to, we've got some beautiful hibiscus for you right now, and this is the white hibiscus, the chiffon series in the 9 centimetre pot. And we love that, I mean, I love hibiscus, we love hibiscus, but the chiffons are the double flowering hibiscus, so they're a bit fuller and a bit more gorgeous and petalicious.
Sumptuous these are. Really, really, really nice. One of my favourite flowers, hibiscus, and you can see basically what we say about this one, you can apply to both of these. You know, we've got the two separate colours there. Very hardy. That's the main thing to say. When you go on holiday and you see hibiscus growing on holiday, they're not hardy at all. These can go down to -20.
Wow.
So you can grow these in any part of the UK. They've got a lovely upright habit as well, sort of nice and compact. They can get to about a couple of metres tall or so, but you can prune them down late winter, early spring if you want to. They flower on brand new wood. Now ordinarily, I would be saying something about hibiscus that in most years applies, but this year it's gone slightly kind of strange, because normally I say hibiscus start flowering sort of late-ish summer into autumn, but this year with the extra warmth...
No, you're right, they've been early, haven't they?
They've already been flowering for weeks and weeks already, and they're going to keep flowering.
Now, the lovely Ruth Dalton, who a friend of mine I've known for years actually, but she's only recently got into gardening, the last few years. She just sent a picture of her white chiffon and lilac. So if I just, I'm going to have to re-mirror apparently. Here we go. We're just mirroring now. Thinking about it. There we go, great. And this is Ruth's.
Look at that.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
That is
awesome. I mean, so that's what your hibiscus. I know you're only buying it today, everybody, in the 9 centimetre pot, but that's what it will become in a few years.
Look at the shape, and that fence gives you the idea of the height, because that's like a couple of metre tall, like approximately 6 foot high fence. So you can see lovely upright growth there, nicely spread. They're not evergreen, but the leaves turn a gorgeous yellow colour in the autumn before they drop. But you will just get weeks and weeks and weeks of flower on these.
And Ruth's also got the next one which is coming up, which is the lavender. She says, I'm going quite as big because they're not in quite a sunny position. They do like full sun. But that looks fantastic, doesn't it?
They are. They've been glorious this year as well. They're another plant that there's always winners and losers, isn't there, when we have sort of unusual weather. And this year, the hibiscus have really kind of enjoyed this incredible summer. So if you want shrubs that are long-lived, easy to look after, bone hardy, easy to prune, lovely foliage. Oh, just one thing.
So I'm just looking at everything else there that it's got.
Just one thing I'll say to you, not to panic about. They can be very late to come into leaf, so don't panic about that. Some years, end of May,
I know,
even into June after a cold spring. Don't think they've died. They will come. But the good thing about that, they come out late, but they flower late. Yeah. So quite often when a lot of other shrubs have finished flowering and done their thing for a year, that's when the hibiscus sort of pick up the baton and they will keep that colour going right into autumn.
Yeah, and I agree with everything Adam just said there, because my mum's got quite a few hibiscus, and yes, some years she's like, oh, I think my hibiscus have died this year. And I'm like, no, Mum, no, they haven't.
Just hold your nerve.
Yeah. Now, I don't know what's going on, but the oleanders, Marisha said she's not getting the right price. So we're just going to show you one more time. So Marisha, just follow this. So go to the website. So scroll down. So that's the pair that you need to go for, the pair of double yellow. So add to basket. So it's saying $59.98. You need to put the offer code in. So this is an important bit. It's YGTV. Don't use last week's code. You need to use this week's YGTV 3225. That's what's going to give you the discount. So there you go, $42.99, no postage. So hopefully that solves it for you. You just need to put this week's offer code in. So that is very important. That will give you the big discount and give you the free postage. So get back to us. That should work. It should definitely work. We've double and triple checked that. It is working. Right. So busy this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Nice to work with Adam for a change, because we don't get to work together often.
We don't, no, very rarely. So no, it's nice. It's sort of old amigos working together again. It's nice.
We did work for years together on the shopping channel Ideal World, as you probably know, for many years. But it's great to actually be working live from the nursery. This is where all the plants are, grown, and you get amazing value because you're going direct to us, of course, today as well. But still got loads to show you. Let's remind you, though, some of the favourites we've had. So, Adam, I love this rose of the week. Absolutely love it. It's more of a ground cover rose, hence the name Carpet Pink. So, grows to about 80 centimetres height-wise, but it will grow width-wise. So, it is more of a lower ground cover rose. Absolutely stunning, and only $14.44 for club members. Now, it is our rose of the week, so don't forget you will only get this price for the next several days. And this is what they look like right now. And what an amazing gift. Maybe you've got a birthday coming up. Maybe you're going to visit your mum, your grandma, a friend. You can give them this rose in full bloom. They're covered in flowers. They've got gorgeous, glossy foliage as well. And the price for this week only is $16.99, $14.44 for club members. Now, another sensational offer today. In fact, do you know what? I might buy this because I bought the wrong strawberries this year. I'd say I bought the wrong ones. I didn't buy the wrong ones, but I bought Cambridge favourites, and they've all stopped fruiting, and that's it. But these are the Ever Bearers. Now, you're going to get 2 pre-planted baskets. Sorry. Nice close-up of me there, but watch this. No, it's all right, Stu, I'll duck. Watch, look, I've got a plan. There you go. See? There you go. That's what you get. And you get the hangers included. There's 5 plants in each. You don't get my face with them, but you do get something far more attractive than 2 red pots, and you get 10 plants, 5 in each. But they will fruit. They've already produced strawberries. They are still producing strawberries, and they are still producing flowers, because that's what the Ever Bearers do. And you're going to get fruit for, we say with strawberries, you get fruit for up to 5 years, but don't forget they produce runners, little baby plants that you can propagate and continue your cycle of strawberry plants. 320-101. Now, the other option you've got, and actually I would go for both, because we have got the white strawberry, which is known as a pine tree. Now, in honesty, this does better if it is grown with your regular strawberries. You tend to get bigger crops. So in the nursery, we keep them next to each other. I don't know the exact science why, but you do tend to get better crops when you grow the two together. Better crops of the pine berry, I should say. It's a white strawberry. It's like an inverted strawberry. Very tasty, but it looks gorgeous as well. And one of the advantages of growing the pine berry is that the birds tend to keep away from it because they don't think the strawberries are ripe. 320 Then we've also got some fantastic offers on our cord lines. We've got 2 deals for these. The first one is Charlie Boy, the most beautiful pink cordyline, hardest about -5, stunning markings on the leaves. I mean, just amazing. And don't forget that price, $11.99, is a delivered price. You do not pay postage on YGTV as long as you use the offer code, which is YGTV 3225. And then the other deal of the week is the Torbay Dazzler. And again, we filmed these in the nursery just recently. These are big, they're strong. With the Torbay Dazzler, you've got creams and greens, but there's also a little bit of pink running down the center of the plant, which is just delightful. Wind hardy again, it's about -5. Great architecture and structure, and brilliant in pots and containers, giving you, I think cordlines give your garden a real kind of exotic look, but with minimum work. And they look great all year round, of course, as well. 68236. Now, my most used product in my garden are these heavy-duty pots. I absolutely love these pots. I use them every single time that I garden. I grow and I really do. You know, I grow loads of things in them. I mean, right now I've got raspberries, I've got tomatoes, I've got fruit trees, potatoes, but they're a really useful item. So when you're doing gardening jobs, you know, I'll use them to basically transport my gardening tools in. That, I know that looks awful, but do you know what? It's because I don't know where to put it. So it's there as a temporary home. Now, this is top tip. When you buy our compost, decant it into the heavy duty pots, and it makes it so quicker and easier to use. You know, like when I'm potting up, just to go into that big heavy duty pot rather than the bag, you can see that it's just less messy, it's easy. Sometimes bags of compost can tip over and things like that. For deadheading, weeding, absolutely brilliant. Because remember, these are 30 litres. You can store so much in those. And for me, they are one of the best made products that I've ever come across. I've had some of mine nearly 20 years and I've never ever broken one of them. You get all 4 of those. If you are a club member, $16.99. That's 130011. I do love those pots, don't you, Adam?
I do.
Aren't they brilliant?
Weirdly enough, I sent a picture, I think you saw it yesterday, on a group. I was gravel.
Oh, I did, yes,
yeah,
gravel.
I was using it to spread gravel between, and they're awesome because I couldn't get a wheelbarrow between the plants. So out of the bulk bag into a 30-litre heavy-duty pot, then I could really accurately and carefully then just spread the gravel out in between the plants. And all day long, I emptied 4 bulk bags of gravel, and not one of those handles even split or even.
And I mean, gravel's heavy, isn't it, Adam?
Yeah, absolutely solid, rock solid all day.
Right now, we have got a slightly different, and I'm going to say better configuration on our compost. So today the price is the same. You get 100 litres, so it's the same price, but we're going to give you, normally we give you 2 50-litre bags, but we're going to give you 2 40s and a 20. And I just think that is a better configuration because the bags are lighter. And when you get to our age, 42, you want a slightly lighter bag of compost. So, yeah, you get 2 40s and the 20. The 20 is a really handy one, I think, sometimes to keep inside, you know, for your houseplants and things like that.
I love that little 20-litre one. It's normally a black bag, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yeah.
And it's almost like a little compost pillow.
Yeah.
You almost just put a pillowcase over it. You could like put your head on it because it's all nice and soft.
But it is handy. It's
ideal.
You know, if you're repotting houseplants and things like that, it's just a really useful size. So I think it's just a a slightly better configuration today because the bags are a bit smaller, a bit lighter, but you get just the same amount of compost, 100 litres. We very rarely do this configuration, just to let you know. So if you do want to snap it up today, if you sometimes find our bigger bags a little bit heavy, today is the day to order, and it's 200,503. Club price is just £21.24. But let's talk compost, Adam.
Yeah, let's talk compost. I almost tried to resist doing this. I did for the first couple of minutes while you were talking, then I just had to start doing it.
Yeah, you couldn't help yourself, Adam.
No, it's like that advert for those that brand of pastels. They used to do that advert, didn't they, where they say pop one of these pastels.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and see how long, or eat a donut and try not to lick your lips, stuff like that. This compost is phenomenal. You'll want to do this with it. It's lightweight, it's airy. First thing to say is peat reduced. Been peat reduced for a long, long time, before everyone else started doing it. And even some of the peat we did use and still use is renewable from sphagnum moss. So we've taken some peat out. What have we put back in? Composted wood fibre. Does lots of things, but 3 major things it does. It keeps the compost nice and open and airy, so it lets the air get down to the roots, it lets the water get down to the roots, and it lets the roots penetrate down through the compost and form a fantastic root system, like in the picture in front of Shaun there. So you get these incredible fibrous roots, which is what you want. And when those roots do get down into this compost, they're not going to find snail's eggs. Those little beads, they're not snails or slugs' eggs. They're your slow-release fertiliser. Going to feed your plants for up to 6 months, which is good. And there's a wetting agent in this. So if you go away for a couple of weeks on holiday, and those neighbours who say they were going to water your garden and they forget, well, when you come back, when you try and rehydrate this compost, it will soak in much, much more easily. You know the really cheap compost, when they dry out and you try to water them, it's like water off a duck's back. It just comes straight off.
I've seen a lot online this year for people that have used coir-based peat feed compost. A lot of people complaining that they're just not holding on to water. They're drying out horrendously.
And I've found with the coir-based one as well, when it does dry out and you water it, the water just runs straight through the pot and straight into the saucer. This actually makes me laugh, this compost, because earlier in the year I potted on a Campsis big climber into a massive, great big pot. The pot is probably about waist height on me. It's about this wide. And when I first potted it on, I stood there. It was nearly 5 minutes with the spray head on the hose before the water started to actually trickle out the bottom.
Really?
Because this just sucks in the moisture. You've got that wetting agent. So that water wasn't going straight through and being wasted. That wetting agent was drawing that moisture into the compost, holding onto it for your plant to absorb, in the following week. So if you want a compost that's going to really, really lock in the moisture, this will do that. It's pH balanced, so it's not too acid, it's not too alkaline. It's going to suit the vast majority of plants, and I use it for everything. Near enough all my house plants are in this now. The only 2 types that are on it are my orchids and my cacti. Everything else I use it for cuttings, I use it for seeds, I dig it into my beds and borders before I plant. It's phenomenal stuff. It comes in these bags, these plain bags, but today it will be 2 40-litre and 1 20-litre bag. And Stu always says, our producer always says, the value is in the bag, not on the bag. Delivered to your door in a cardboard box. No hassle, no sweat, no P&P.
I'm just thinking, Adam, I think, and this is me planting up the pub garden, by the way, that I look after in our village, or everything has been planted in our premium special compost. But remember, today is extra special because you are getting 2 40s and the 20. You know that we don't normally do this offer, and I think it's a lot handier. And that little bag of 20 is so useful. It really is.
I would be tempted to use the 2 40-litre bags first. Don't open the 20-litre one first, because that's actually really, really handy for just odd bits of it.
It is.
You might suddenly find you've got 1 house plant that you need to transplant, or just somebody might give you a few cuttings. So rather than open a 40-litre bag and not use the rest, just keep the little 21 as a reserve.
But say we don't often do this offer. I think it's the first time we've had it on YGTV. First time this year anyway. 200,503 is your item that. Postage is included, and for club members 21.24. Right, really busy today. Good morning. It's morning, is it? Yeah, good morning. Yeah, of course. We finish at 12, so of course it's morning.
My mum used to do that thing. I used to say to my mum when I was a kid, is it Tuesday today? And she used to go, yes, all day.
Oh, God. Have we sorted out this code with the oleanders, Stu? She's fine now, is she?
Oh, that's good.
Thank goodness for that.
I'm good, actually. Let's have a whiff. Oh, that's so nice.
Ooh.
I love the smell of bay.
Right, so we have got a few emails coming in. Neil, hang on, let me get my glasses. Sorry, Neil. Right.
Are you not a contact lens person, or have you tried and they kind of don't suit you?
So I'm just a vain person that doesn't like wearing glasses.
Well,
but I've decided that actually, you know what, they don't look that bad.
they do suit you actually.
Do they?
Yeah, you look very intellectual.
Well, that's deceiving.
They could do with a bit of a clean.
Yeah, I've noticed that. They're really dirty. Yeah, I know. I've just noticed that. I can't really see through them. I think I put them in my bag. This is the thing that I don't got my glasses.
Have you got a glass? You need to get yourself a glasses case. Yeah, I've got a case.
No, I have. I just threw these in the bag.
They do suit you. They're nice.
Anyway, don't do a close-up of them because they're really smudging dirty. Right. So Neil, our lovely Neil, has said, could we get the pet-friendly houseplant added to the potting shed? Maybe, Neil. We will look into that for you. That'd be nice. I mean, I'll be honest, Neil, and everyone else, we tend to do more houseplants during the winter months when there's not as much going on in the garden. So, Neil, if you just bear with us, I'm sure when we kind of get into like October time, we'll try and do a few more houseplants on the potting shed, or TikTok, of course, as well. Right, any more questions while we're both here? To be honest, there's not too much going on in the chat. Yeah, there's not many in there today. So, look, if you want a little natter, if you want to send in some pictures, you can do that. Don't forget, we'll put our email address up there. It's YGTV@YouGarden.com. So if you want to send in pictures, we would love to hear from you. But we are going to move on to something that I think always adds a touch of elegance and class to any front door, back door. In fact, a lot of businesses use these, and this is the pair of standard bay trees. They'll arrive up to 80 centimetres tall. Big saving of £30 today. They're down to $49.90 out of $42.48 for club members. That is very good actually for club members. Works out about £21 per bay tree, because bay trees aren't expensive, aren't they?
I don't know why they are, because they grow like stink. They're really fast.
But they're
growing.
expensive, aren't they?
They're expensive.
Yeah,
they're crazy prices in garden centres. But you can achieve this very, very easily. The bay trees we've got here on gorgeous, really strong, stout stems. You've got foliage that's evergreen, so all the year through you've got these lovely sort of glossy leaves, and also you can use the leaves for cooking as well.
Yeah, of course.
And when you take the leaves off, the leaves are actually really fragrant. If you tear one of these leaves, it's got that really lovely good smell. So these are also really good for debt recovery, because you can send in the bay leaves and they'll get your money back.
Yeah, your jokes are nearly as good as Stu's.
That was from the Stew Book of Jokes.
Oh, was it?
Possibly. But, yeah, I mean,
many uses, say all the culinary use as well. But don't you think bay trees just look really classy? Oh, good shout, Stu.
That's good.
Yes.
Looks good in there. And they could stay in there. That is big enough for that to stay in properly, permanently.
Yeah.
Easily.
By the way, we will give you the details of these planters, because I think that looks perfect, because it's going to be about that height when it's planted.
Yeah, look, and also that's going to leave enough soil around the edge to underplant. Because that's a great thing about, whenever we talk about standards, you always got that clear area at the base. So you could put your summer bed in there, you could put your winter bed in there. Even some of the bulbs we're talking about today would look gorgeous in there. Imagine some of the like Chianodoxa we've got, or the ranunculus or something like that. We'll talk about those. They look beautiful coming up through the base there.
And actually we've also got some crocus bulbs coming up, and they'd be nice.
They're lovely, wouldn't they?
But I love that planter with it. It's called the Helix planter. It's the biggest helix that we do. It's 40 centimetres or 16 inches in old money, and that is only $14.99. Again, postage included when you use our offer code today. But to me, that is just the perfect look, isn't it? The lovely bay in that fabulous kind of powdered clay-looking planter.
It's a beautiful. The bays have that really classic, chic, upmarket, expensive kind of look to them. If you ever get to travel into London or places like that, and you go around sort of the areas where the banks are, or the really expensive places are, or the expensive hotels, quite often they have bay trees. So they're like a Versailles planter, wouldn't they? Have a beautiful taupered kind of bay tree, and actually looking stunning.
And at Christmas time, quite often the bay trees, people put little twinkle lights in there, and they look magical. You've seen that in London as well.
I've even seen people put little Easter things on as well. Easter
time,
hanging like the little Easter baubles and eggs and things like that off of them. And And you've got options with these because you can, now depending on your taste and what you like to do, you can just leave these to grow naturally. Just do their own thing, or if you want to, you can clip and shape them into those gorgeous, perfect sort of ball shapes.
But they are outstanding quality. I'd say bay trees can be very expensive, not here with YouGarden. You get a pair today for $42.48. And we do lots of other standards, but I always think with the bay tree, they're consistent. You know, bay tree looks the same all year round.
Yeah.
Whereas some of our other standards will have moments of gloriousness, but then moments when they're deciduous and they'll lose their leaves and maybe not look great. But that's why, as we're saying, hotels, businesses, companies use these because they have that beautiful look every single day of the year.
And they will flower, actually. They do have a little period of kind of like yellowy, creamy kind of flowers.
And actually they're great. I know the pollinators really like those.
Bees go berserk for them. Yeah, they do.
But predominantly, you have got that beautiful foliage every single day of the year. Very easy to look after. $6.8235. So you will get a pair of those for £42.48 for club members. Say thank you to everybody for watching today. Thank you so much for all your orders. Do send in some of your pictures. We want to see your gardens, don't we, Adam?
We love to see your gardens because we're nosy.
We are nosy.
We like to see what you're up to.
But one of the things that I love about working here at YouGarden is we have some really weird and wonderful and unusual varieties. Now, a lot of you will know hibiscus. We saw Ruth's pictures of her hibiscus earlier. But the tricolour ones are really unusual. Now, just a question, how did my ginger lily do? So I've got two ginger lilies. Both are in foliage right now.
Okay.
But they haven't flowered yet. They're about that tall. So I'm still hoping that they'll flower, but it's not. I'm not going to expect it because they take a few years to really get established.
Yeah.
Have you ever grown the ginger lilies?
I'll be upfront. I tried one year and they didn't work for me.
Really, Adam?
So.
Oh my word! Whose are these? Hang on. Did you plant yours this year, Stu? Oh, God! Do you know what? Apparently that was in the Sky Garden in London because I was thinking, mine don't look like that yet. Oh, it's funny. So anyway, mine are. I'm hoping they'll flower, but they're really healthy.
In fact, I've just got to retract what I just said actually because my mind went off somewhere else. I wasn't thinking of ginger lily. I was thinking of the ones with the big tropical kind of climber flowers, the ones that Bex grows. The
climbers.
Yeah, the climber. It's called something lily with the.
Gloriosa.
Oh, Gloriosa. I was flame lily.
Sorry.
See, I was thinking of flame lily. Now, I just told a fib. Yes, I have got that ginger lily. I have grown it, and it has flowered before, and I've got it this year as well.
Fine.
And it's got stems about this big at the moment, about 5 or 6 stems, big leaves, but they don't actually normally flower till quite late in the season. So it could be
there's still time.
Yeah, it could be end of August, even into September before you get the flower, and they're fragrant as well. Apparently, really, really fragrant. Those flower spikes.
So we have a really, quite an unusual selection of plants here at YouGarden, as well as some of the classics. So this is a twist on the classic. It's a hibiscus,
Look at this.
But it's tricolour. So you've got blue, you've got pink, and you've got white, all on the same plant.
It's great.
That's really clever, isn't it?
So all those beautiful 3 colours, all on one. So it's another really, really good sort of space-saving thing as well, isn't it? Because the thing is, you might say to yourself, I want all 3 colours of hibiscus in my garden. I want the lovely blue, I want the white, I want the pink, but I haven't got a lot of room. But what we've done is we've made this a double whammy. Not only have we given you the 3 colours, but we've given you the 3 colours on a standard. So now all the colour you want in the 3 gorgeous colours on a standard stem that allows you to plant right up to the base. Super hardy, this, by the way. These are hardy to -20, so they're really, really super, super tough plants. Loved by the pollinating insects. Flower late summer right the way into autumn. Super, super healthy foliage. Lovely upright foliage on this as well. They always have that lovely upright habit. Stu just said to me they're going to flower soon. Well, Stu, look, I can tell you, look at this. Just here. Loads of buds. Look,
Loads of buds.
This little bud is already showing colour. Beautiful. Buds there, buds there, buds there, buds there. So what we've done, we've grafted. It's grafting, it's called. It's witchcraft, that's what Stu calls it. So at the top of the stem here, if I just bring it over sideways a bit, you'll kind of see some sort of like waxy kind of substance on the stem. So what we've done, we've taken an hibiscus stem, and then we've taken 3 separate little plants, and they've literally been grafted on to this main stem, and this wax just keeps the graft union nice and protected from the environment. So that way, whereas normally it would just be one stem with one colour, we've done that jiggery pokery, and now we've got those 3 different colours grafted onto the top there.
It's so clever, isn't it?
And it's the same thing as we always say about standards. You can leave this to grow naturally into a kind of a nice natural wild shape, or if you prefer, you can sort of keep it clipped and shaped into the little ball shape like the picture we've got here. The choice is yours. But this is such a beautiful way of getting all the different hibiscus colours on one plant in a really small space, and even better still, it's on a standard, so you can plant right up to the base of it as well. Imagine if you wanted to plant 3 of these in separate colours, the amount of space you would need to get all 3 of those. So now even on a little balcony, a little tiny space, even in a pot or a container, you can have the joy of all of these colours in a compact environment.
And that is 500,079, down from nearly £80. Oh, sorry, now I'm talking about we should change the details. There you go, down from nearly £45 to £29.99. Yeah, just quickly, we just popped up the details of the Anders because there's been so much interest on these. If you've just joined the live stream, we are bringing you today the best offer we have ever seen on the rarest standard oleanders that we do. These are standards, which means you've got the tall stem, you've got the big lollipop shape, but they are yellow, which is the rarest colour of oleander, and to make it even better, they are doubles. The flowers are more petalicious and more say, fuller than your traditional oleanders. And these are fragrant as well, but the very last of the stock we are clearing today, and club members, you're going to get those for £37.39. Been a lot of interest on those, Adam.
Doesn't surprise me.
I mean,
because you know, these are your kind of your pièce de resistance when it comes to oleanders, because showstoppers. Because you know, when you go abroad, you see the pink, you see the red, occasionally you see the white, but very, very seldom, even in those hot tropical countries, do you see the double yellow with the fragrance.
And honestly, these are all in bud, by the way, so please don't think you're going to have to wait till next year for them to flower. They're covered in buds, they're ready to pop. But they are easy to grow. We always say sunny spots, well-drained soil, hardy to -5. I think even hardy when they get a bit more established. And all you need to do is enjoy them this year. They should make it through the winter, say hardy to -5, but they will be evergreen. And then as years progress, the head gets bigger and fuller.
While you've got those there, can I just do a quick serving suggestion? We're going to move on to a hibiscus called Poppin' Purple.
Are you thinking about underplanting with that?
I'm just thinking,
or next to them.
If you've got these, get these, because underplanting these oleanders, these beautiful agapanthus, that combination of purple and yellow is staggering.
I think that,
and they would love being in the same container.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, if you look at the flower there, if you put this sort of that colour, that sort of purple in front of the, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, what a brilliant contrast.
I love that idea.
Yeah. So that's just an idea for you.
I love it.
If you've got the oleanders, you've got them home, you're going to put them in a pot, get sort of 3 of those, put those around the base, and they will love that full-on sunny position, and they'll just be happy together.
And they will be enough room for agapanthus because they like to be quite sort of like contained.
They do.
So yeah, I like that. That's why he's won 4 gold awards at Chelsea. You know, he does know his stuff. He's got some good ideas when it comes to planting.
I try.
I love that idea. I love that. And actually, I mean, just seeing those against my shirt, you're right. The purple and the yellow.
Nice, isn't it?
Fantastic,
good combination of that. Yeah.
Right. So very excited about this agapanthus because it's a variety called Poppin' Purple that flowers for about twice the length of normal agapanthus. And we weren't sure whether to put this on the show because we had so many plants to choose from, but then we were all chatting about this and we said, hang on, there's a lot to say about this particular agapanthus, because I think right now a lot of agapanthus are just going over, mine are going over. I've got the classic tall blue one and it's flowered now and that would be its lot, but this one, repeat flowers for up to 4 months of the year. So you've extended the flowering season if you buy this one. You've almost doubled it. So we're talking June, July, August, maybe even September. And that, for me, is an absolute winner.
And I think it's hardy, isn't it, this one? It's like one of the hardy sort of agapanthus as well. So put it in that nice full sun, well-drained position. If you're going to put it in a pot, keep it really pot-bound. In fact, the more pot-bound you keep these, the better they flower. If you're going to put them in a bed or border, put them in really awful soil. Don't give them...
So true.
Don't dig in our compost. Don't use our compost.
No.
Put these in really stony, gravelly, sandy, ghastly soil. In fact, down in the good luck getting that out. In the Channel Islands, these have escaped into the wild, and they grow on cliff faces and places like that. Oh, come on.
Yeah. So they have really big fibrous roots, but you can see they're all flowering, covered. But that is what they love. You know, that's crammed in that pot there. In fact, I'm going to struggle to get that back in. But yeah, as Adam says, pot bound, poor soil, they will love you for it.
They love it. Yeah. If you give them lots of fertiliser and dig in lots of our compost and well-rotted manure, you'll get the most fabulous display of leaves. You'll get gorgeous, big, strappy green leaves, but you'll get very, very little flower.
That, for me, the popping purple, one of the best agapanthus we bring you, flowers for so much longer. Yeah, somebody just said, in fact, Stu's mentioned it, it's close to the, do you remember the agapanthus blackjack that won Chelsea 2023, I'm going to say?
Yeah, I'll have to go with you on that one, because I don't remember that one.
I think blackjack was 2023. Am I right? Stu is checking for me now.
I think I was there in 2023 as well. I think that was the last one we did.
Was it blackjack 2023? I hope I'm right. Yay! Sorry, Stu just checked. So yeah, that won Chelsea 2023. This is very similar, but it flowers for a lot longer. It's one of my favourites, and that is 560-963. Right, we also urgently need to go back to an incredible deal that we have got on our Ceanothus, which is reduced in price today. Massively, actually. And we are going to be honest, and please bear us with us on this. When your Ceanothus arrives, and I'll give you the price of this because it is incredible, but the bottom of the current stock, because they've been quite tightly packed together, some of them are a little bit bare at the bottom. That is not a problem because you've got such a big established plant with great roots.
And it's flowering at the moment as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the thing with Ceanothus. Ceanothus have their spring flowering period, which is kind of May into June. And when you look at the picture behind, that is very typical of their main flowering period. The foliage disappears under this cloud of blue flowers. Oh, and by the way, the flowers are fragrant. They've got a soft kind of fragrance, soft, sweet fragrance to them, and they're adored by the pollinating insects. But what Ceanothus do is, like in that brilliant shot there that Stu's showing you, is they will flower periodically throughout the summer into the autumn. And you can see that you've got that beautiful, really glossy foliage, lovely blue flowers, hardy to -10. It's one of the hardiest Ceanothus you can grow in the UK. You can grow this as a climber. If you wanted to, you could train it up a trellis against a wall. Quite easy to do.
Of course.
And if you do that, make sure it never gets more than about 6 to 8 inches out from the wall so the light gets all the way through to the foliage at the back. Or just grow it as a standalone shrub. Hot, sunny, well-drained position. But that is a lot of plant for that price.
Yeah, it really is. So I know we're really busy for that. Again, it's one of our clearance items, really. I'm going to call it that because we are trying to clear as much of the stock today. Loads of orders coming through, 511153. Right, we've also got, and you've loved these, the Salvia Amethyst Lips, 3 of them in 9 centimetre pots. I never used to, I'm not saying I never, it's not that I didn't like salvias, but I've just learned to love them more and more because they are so reliable, they're so easy, they flower for months, they're not hard work, they're low maintenance, and I mean, you never have to deadhead them, you pruning's a doddle with them, nice sunny position, they come back every single year, but I just think the effect that they give, because you get hundreds of flowers, is beautiful, isn't it?
All we're saying is give salvias a chance, because if you do, you know, you're going to love them. You're going to love them for year after year after year. And just recently, when I've walked into customers' gardens, especially my customers that don't actually water or irrigate, they have stood out like a sore thumb because they're just flowering. Yeah. You'd think it was a normal summer, the way they're still flowering. But even in a wetter summer, they flower as well. So, yeah, stunning and really, really fragrant foliage as well. Beautiful fragrance.
I mean, honestly, every garden should have salvias, and the purple ones, or the amethyst, you should say, which are bicoloured with the whites, are incredible. They're all in bud right now, and you will get 3 for £12.72 for club members. Remember, if you're not a club member, join today. You can join right now for £10 for the year on auto renewal and save 15% off your order. And if you hit the club button at the top of the webpage, it will tell you everything that you need to know. There's a little video that will tell you everything that you need to know. But it's on offer right now. Right, also, the Pineberries, 3 of these today for less than £8 for club members. The Pineberry is a gorgeous looking fruit, I think.
It is, yeah, really different, really unusual. I would love one day to have friends round for, I don't know, Sunday lunch, and then for dessert, I'd love to serve them up a bowl of strawberries and pineberries in the same bowl. Yeah. That would look amazing. Oh yeah, it's like Stu was saying, a bit of chocolate mousse or a bit of hot chocolate drizzled over the top. That would be really different, really unusual.
A bit of chocolate Angel Delight for me.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, I know. I've always loved that. Yeah, I like the strawberry one as well. That's nice.
By the way, some of these have got runners on them right now, and they're little baby plants that you could propagate.
You make more.
Yeah. So all you do with those, if yours come with those. If you're planting your pineberries in the ground, then you literally take the runner, and I use those little sort of like metal, like U-shaped clips, and just clip that to the ground, like little horseshoe things, and that would actually slowly root, and once it's rooted, you just chop it off and you've got new plants. But the pineberry, remember, tastes like a strawberry mixed with a tropical fruit, but they look fantastic, and you're getting all 3 of those today for £8.97, 320 015.
And the birds leave them alone because they think they're not right, but they are.
Which can be a bit of a menace. The birds can be, not a menace, don't come up, but they can get your strawberries before you do. Right, let's talk about anemones next, Adam.
These are gorgeous. These are a bulb that will come up for you year after year after year. Beautiful colour range here. You've got purples, you've got reds, you've got whites, you've got the sort of bicoloured ones as well.
Yeah.
Great cut flowers, really lovely feathery foliage on these. The flower stems are about sort of 12 inches tall or so. You can cut a gorgeous little posy of these and bring them indoors. They're really long lasting. They flower kind of, well, they flower all kind of weird times. I mean, very late winter, spring into early summer, but they're one of these odd kind of bulbs that when the mood takes it, it will throw out another flower shoot.
You're going to see because they repeat flower.
They do, yeah, they do. They just, you kind of think they're all over. I mean, imagine if you planted daffodils and then in July, all of a sudden more daffodil flowers came out. You'd be like, whoa, that's a bit strange. But that's what these do. These kind of, these kind of multi-flower or repeat flower at odd times of the year. But they are really, really beautiful, these flowers. Easy to grow. Soak the little corms for 24 hours before planting them, and make sure the sort of rounded side down, that's how you need to plant them, rounded side down, flat surface facing upwards.
They're the funniest looking things.
Oh,
they really are.
You think they're going to do nothing.
Yeah, they're like...
Look like rabbit droppings.
Yeah, but what they become is something absolutely beautiful. Right, we've also got quite a few hydrangeas on the show, but the best value by far, the one that you should snap up today, has got to be this one, which is the Himalaya. First of all, look at the size of it and then look at the price. Normally £35, because it is a bit more of a specialist hydrangea. $24.99 on the website, $12.99 on YouGarden today. Club members, just over £11 with free delivery. And I mean, I love hydrangeas, but I have to say, paniculatas for me are just divine.
Well, this one's great because it's a hydrangea and it's also a loadrangea because it only gets to about 80 centimetres tall. So it's really, really nice and compact, which is good. So you can grow it in pots, you can grow it in containers, and because it is the paniculata type, dead easy to prune. So if it ever got bigger than you wanted it to be, all you do is late winter, mid-spring, trim it down to the height you want it to be. The new shoots that come through will flower for you the same time, the same year. So no complications with pruning. It's got a lovely, very neat, upright habit to it as well. It's not sprawling, it's kind of just tidy and neat, and you have these lovely conical heads of really unusual flowers. These are kind of bracts, these ones, which is kind of a modified leaf. These are the true flowers, the little ones in the middle of the true flowers, but between them, they create a really beguiling, beautiful, stunning kind of flower spike. And don't be tempted to cut these off too quickly afterwards either, because structurally they look really nice even once the main flower has done its thing.
By the way, got lots of new viewers today, new customers, so thank you so much. We are live every Thursday from 10 till midday, and Sunday we are live from 9:30.
I'm really enjoying about today's show. I'm not going to mention, that's good, it's true, but I was talking to somebody the other day and they were kind of saying, oh, it's autumn now and it's all over. It's like, no, it's
definitely not.
They think it's all over. It isn't. I mean, what we're bringing you today just goes to show we're still bang in the middle of the gardening season. So don't let anybody tell you autumn's coming. Keep enjoying your summer. Keep enjoying it.
But, you know, and quite often we get amazing Septembers, don't we? But we've got the whole of August. Right, very busy, as I say. So thank you to everyone for ordering. Big reminder to get the free delivery. That's on any plant. You have to use the code. That code changes every week, and sometimes you might leave last week's code in your basket by mistake, or clear that and start again. But that code gives you free postage and unlocks all of the extra promotions as well. Right, we've got a few items that we haven't had time to show you, but you can shop the show by going on, say, that little icon there, YGTV, live now. That's where you can watch the show. You can also watch any of the older shows as well, but that will show you everything that is available with free postage using the off code. But something for everybody. Oh, we should say, if you're looking at the website on a phone, it loads slightly differently. So there it is, and you have to scroll across. There you go. So tap the arrows like that. So there's lots more products just by scrolling across. So each row has got 4 or 5 products attached to it. So that is very important to bear in mind if you're watching us on a phone. Right, let's just squeeze in a few final items. I don't know where the time's gone today. God.
It's been a busy day.
My mum's favourites, these, one of her favourites.
I've grown these for the first time this year.
Have you never grown them before?
Never grown them before.
Wow.
Grew them this year, love them. Really easy to grow. They're like corms really, they're the weirdest thing. They're like that. They're like little,
right.
They're like little spidery claw things.
Clawy, yeah. They're ugly things.
I'll tell you what, I'll get one out and show you quickly. Why not? Let's just show you one. Because you look at them, you think they're never going to grow. Because
they're small as well. Yeah, look at this.
Look at this.
They do look like they belong from an alien film.
Look at that.
I know.
I'll just. Where'd you want it? There you go.
I mean, look.
In fact, look, I'll put it in front of the white bit there. There you go. Look at that.
I mean, they're strange things.
How weird is that? Really
so,
odd.
which way would you plant it?
You plant them kind of that way down. So with the claw bit facing downwards like that. Again, soak them. Yeah, give them a good soak before planting them. Plant them with the little claws facing downwards, and in the same year you will get these beautiful super double flowers.
See, I've never grown them from corns. I've only ever grown them from I bought them as plants and then grown them on. But this is by far the best value, isn't it?
They really surprised me, these, Shaun, because I think I put these in very kind of late winter, and I thought there's no way they're going to get from that to flowering in like 1 year, and they did. Yeah, they flowered the following spring and summer.
And the flowers, they remind me a little bit of a cross between a peony and a rose.
Yeah, they've got that kind of look to them.
Yeah,
they're actually members of the buttercup family, so they like a cool, moist, sort of damp soil, sunny position. Great cut flowers, these. Lovely in a vase.
And they do normally flower sort of like springtime, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when
it's about tulips time. When the tulips are flowering, similar time.
They're a lovely plant, and very exciting to take that weird-looking little claw thing and grow plants that look like that. Right, we have got alliums next, but quite an unusual allium. This one.
This is lovely.
Yeah. This one. The Cyclum. Do you pronounce it Bulgaricum, don't you?
Bulgaricum, yeah.
Bulgaricum.
It used to be called. Stu said they're from Bulgaria. I would say, they're probably from that part of the world. They're probably from the Caucasus or that kind of area of the planet. These are tough. These are hardy. These will come back year after year. They do very well.
What did we used to call? Because I've got these in my garden. We used to call them something else, didn't we?
Nectaroscordum.
That's it.
I think that's what they used to call them.
Nectaroscordum. Yeah, it was.
For some reason they're now called Bulgaricum. It happens. They're changing plant names willy-nilly all the time at the moment. But really well-drained soil, sunny position, beds and borders, pots and containers, easy to grow, not fussed about soil, stunning, beautiful, different, unusual.
And they are so, because they actually nod downwards, they are very different from the other varieties of alliums out there, aren't they?
Have you ever seen that version of Only Fools and Horses with the candelabra, where they kind of loosened the wrong bolt?
Oh, yes.
And it crashed to the floor.
Yes, I remember that.
These have got that candelabra kind of look to them. So with an allium, kind of a regular allium, you get that sort of perfect spherical sort of flower head, don't you? With these, you get the flowers come up and then they kind of just tumble downwards. You get that really elegant kind of drooping look to the flowers.
And lovely colours as well.
Yeah, really lovely.
It's
easy and simple, and the great thing about all alliums is the foliage dies down very quickly after flowering, so you haven't got to wait weeks and weeks and weeks for that to disappear.
To me, I see a bit of sort of oxblood red there with a little bit of yellow. It's really stunning, and you get all 15 bulbs for
great bulbs as well. Lovely.
Yeah, really good size.
Yeah, lovely size bulbs there as well. And I did notice earlier on. Yeah,
a bit oniony.
Yeah, because they're alliums. So, but yeah, these lovely, really firm bulbs. So these will definitely flower for you next year.
And I would say you can start planting these sort of early September.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Go for it. Yeah. Absolutely. Just put a stick where you put them in, though, so you remember.
Good little tip. So they are brand new today, 600 447, and then we're going to move on to something I've grown quite a few times actually, the Keendoxa.
Yeah. I think they've just renamed these as well. I think so. I think now they put them in the Scilla family. But these. Keendoxa, I adore, absolutely adore.
They're cute, aren't they?
Lovely colour range. The blues, the whites, the pinks, and that's what's good about this mix. We've got all the colours in here. On a late winter's day, these innocent, pure, stunning, beautiful little bulbs just poke their heads above the really frigid, cold soil, and they just really lighten your heart. They just sing spring. They're kind of harbingers of warmer days and sunshine and flowers.
I wonder why you do not see these as commonly as things like crocus and snowdrops.
I don't know, because they're easy. They're bone hardy. They naturalise as well, so gradually they'll kind of spread. They look great in lawns and grass and
they are, they're really compact. They only grow to about 10 centimetres.
Yeah, about that kind of height, really. If that.
They're really kind of like neat little compact plants.
But because that time of year the ground is so barren generally, and these colours are so bold,
they really stand out.
Stand out.
Honestly, I think they're a bit of a hidden gem. A lot of people don't know about that bulb.
These really, I'll tell you, on a winter's day, late winter's day, you step outside, you'll see these.
Yeah.
They will just fill you with joy. They really will.
Honestly, I've grown them many times. I even grew them in little pots once, tiny little pots, and had them on the outdoor tables at the pub, and they look gorgeous.
Yeah,
they really do. 600 155. You're going to get all 60 bulbs. You've got a big saving on those of £2 rather. It's not as big as I thought, but it's still a good saving. And £9.99. That's great value, isn't it? 60 for £9.99, and no postage either. Now we are very excited about this Hebe collection. We've kept it towards the end of the show. Stunning foliage, and you get flowers on a couple of these as well. And wait till you see the price. All three of them, $14.42 for club members. I mean, we've seen a lot of Hebes over the years, but the foliage on these is really
foliage is stunning on these, and Hebes are good for the kind of summer we've just had as well, because Hebes are really drought tolerant once they're established, and you're getting sort of colours on these, not only from the foliage but from the flowers as well. The bees will go berserk for these. The bees will be buzzing all over these for you, no problem at all. Growing pots, growing containers, growing a really sunny, well-drained position. That's what they adore. Full sun, good drainage. There's three types on here as well. We've got Celebration. Is it Archie, I think, as one of them? Archie.
That's Archie.
I remembered this because I remembered it. Archie went on a rainbow celebration. That's how I remembered it in my head. Went to Hebe Pride. So, these are really lovely plants.
And that's Celebration you're looking at there?
Yeah, what I would do, I would actually put all three of these probably in quite a large container and grow them all in one container, because I think just having that contrast of foliage side by side and the flowers. And some of them even have a slight fragrance as well, to them. So
by the way, that's my favourite, which is the rainbow.
And that does flower sometimes. I have seen that have very tiny little clusters of flowers occasionally. But yeah, this is great. A lovely little collection here. Hot, sunny, well-drained position. Great for containers, great for beds and borders, window boxes, or you even could, if you wanted to, put these in the middle of a hanging basket.
Oh, that's a great idea, Adam. Right, I don't know where the time's gone. We are rapidly running out of time, down to about the last 7 minutes. We've got a few little favourites to show you, and don't forget the Agapanthus popping purple. This is the Agapanthus that gives you twice as many flowers. When I say twice as many, a longer flowering season. So we're talking about 4 months of flowering, rather than most Agapanthus are you know, they kind of done their thing now.
It looks so good in front of your shirt. You need to keep your shirt behind it because it looks that purple and look at that purple and oh sure, look at that purple and yellow combination is stunning.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying if you've got those oleanders, those yellow oleanders, these will look stunning underneath, planted underneath. Look glorious.
So remember, keep them pot bound, keep them in small pots, don't give them good compost.
Yeah, treat them mean, keep them clean.
Yeah, and they will love you for it. Right, they've been really popular. However, the start of the show today, and anybody that's thinking about getting these, you really need to get a bit of a shifty on. So we're clearing the very last stock today of our standard oleanders. Now, I love oleanders. I mean, oleanders we've had with YouGarden since we started working for them 20 years ago, but this is a really rare one because yellow, that's the rarest colour of oleander, double flowers, I've never seen that before, fragrant, and then grown as a standard.
It's got everything.
It really has.
It really is the kind of celebrity.
It's the ultimate.
Yeah, it's the kind of the kind of the star really of the oleander world. This one.
Now, very important. Our usual price, £80, is actually really good. Really good. We are clearing we've got a pocket full of stock left. Loads of you have say order these already today. They're down to $43.99. If you are a club member, we've got about 45,000 of you that are now club members. You can get these for $37.39. That's for the pair, and that includes delivery. So it works out £19 each, well under, delivered. And let's just cover the main things in oleander. So they're going to have covered in buds. When they're going to flower, Adam?
They're going to flower from midsummer all the way through to autumn. Easily.
Yeah, so I've seen them fly in October, even November time. They want full sun, like really sunny position, and they do want, I always think they do better in pots because they are hardest about -5, but when they're in a pot you can put them to a more sheltered place in the winter time should you need to, but we do say harder to -5. I always deadhead, don't you, Adam?
Yeah, keep deadheading, because I found out with mine, if you take the main flower spike off when it's finished, you get little side shoots, and they just keep that flower season going, they keep it extended for you.
And now we always say with oleanders, do not eat any part of it. So if you've got children, pets, they would need to be supervised. But there are many plants that you've got to be careful with.
There is this thing, we do get a bit fixated about certain plants, don't we? But but these are fine. As Stu said, they're not going to spit poison at you. If you're just standing there looking at them, they're absolutely fine. They're perfect.
And you see them everywhere in Europe, don't you?
Do, and you see them more and more in the UK. In fact, when there's a big, when I go to QVC, there's a huge, great big one of these in Chiswick, the side of a road, a great big pink one that's about a metre above a 2-metre fence.
Wow,
it is huge. So they are becoming happier and happier in the UK with the milder winters.
But that is one of the best. Well, I'm going to say it's the best oleander deal I've ever shown you. Absolutely stunning. I tell you what, these did look good in, Adam.
There you go.
The helix pot, didn't they? I thought so. We've got as well, because I know a lot of you putting together big orders. The helix planter, which is the 40-centimetre one, that, and Adam's suggestion is put your oleander there and then underplant it with the agapanthus.
Yeah, I think that. That yellow and that purple. Would look absolutely.
Honestly, Adam, I love that idea. Look at this.
Would look amazing.
Doesn't that look good?
Yeah, it would, and the flowers will grow sort of out a little bit.
I'm just going to take that away so you can get that. That's just a mock planting up.
That would work beautifully. Yeah. You've got that beautiful double yellow, that fragrance, and then you've got that really, really beautiful popping purple there.
That is, and remember, they're like the same position. So the agapanthus is going to be fine crammed around the bottom because that's what they want, but the agapanthus is going to flower for up to 4 months, and the oleander is going to flower all summer. So that display will look like that for months, won't it? That's
your tropical holiday planter there. For so when you come home from holiday, you've still got holiday in your garden.
I'm liking your style there, Adam. Like that. And then both of us are going to order the rose this week because it's the ground cover rose.
Look at this.
It's stunning. That's what they look like right now on the nursery.
Forward for you a bit as well. Look at that. Look, just incredible. I'm going to get this one. I want this one. Ground cover. It actually gets wider than taller. It only gets about 80 centimetres tall, but it will go up to 120 centimetres wide. It will stifle those weeds. If you've got a part of the garden that you can't get to very easy, perhaps you've got a bank in the garden, perhaps you've got a steep slope or somewhere, perhaps you've got somewhere where it's difficult to cultivate ordinarily, plant one of these roses, let it sprawl, let it cover, just enjoy probably 6 months of flower from one of these, quite possible. And you know what, at the end of the day, once these are kind of finished flowering, all I would do, I wouldn't even bother pruning these in the usual way. I would just go over the top of a pair of shears.
Yeah, I would.
And just clip them over.
I'd give them a little light hack.
Yeah, just a light trim over.
Adam, we are nearly out of time. Just 2 things that we really need to mention. Very quickly, don't forget the strawberries, because they are, again, we're clearing stock of those. You get 2 baskets pre-planted. It's not too late because they're ever-bearers, so they're going to fruit right the way through to September. They're in fruit right now. They've also got more flowers coming. They come in the baskets with the hangers, and they are down to, it says $16.99, but actually it's $14.99. or $12.74 for club members. Again, you just need to use the code and you'll get that amazing price. And then finally, it's a very special deal on the compost today, because we are doing 2 40-litre bags and a 20-litre for $21.24, and we don't normally do that configuration, and I promise you it's a lot. I do love it, and so does Adam, because the smaller bags, you still get 100 litres, but they're a lot handier and easier.
Yeah, convenient.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for, convenient. Right, we are back live on Sunday, 9:30 till 12. You can still order after the live stream. You can watch us again later as well, but don't forget to use that off code YGTV 3225. Right, I'm going to be back on TikTok this afternoon. You're going to do some gardening, aren't you?
I am. Then I'm back tomorrow for double TikTok. I think tomorrow, AM and PM.
Oh, lovely. I'm laughing because it's a lot of talking on TikTok, but it's a lot of fun. But I'm going to be with you this afternoon from 1 o'clock till 4 with some amazing deals. So if you've got TikTok, or if you haven't, download the app and you can see us this afternoon. For myself, Shaun Ryan, and Adam Wilcar, and Stu, of course, thank you so much for watching YGTV, and thanks for placing all of your orders. We'll see you soon. Take care.